That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! Sunday afternoon in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Downtown Brew. Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. Glad you're alive in the alley, folks.
Happy birthday, year. And welcome to Live
in the Alley! Happy New Year, I guess.
Yeah.
Birthday, New Year.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, year.
Yeah,
right?
it's your first.
It's your first. It's also the second day of the year.
So we're a little late.
No, yes.
But that's the Bills' fault because we're playing Monday, not Sunday.
Because we got to play all these primetime games.
Oh, boy.
I know. It's week 17, Josh.
Jeez.
I know. Second to last week of the season.
And we've only had 3 1 o'clock games in Buffalo.
Oh, my gosh. This will be our 10th game away from Buffalo.
6 at home. That's not good.
Well, we play, with the game moved.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy to think, isn't it?
So 5
Yeah. The Bills are playing tonight, and they're going to play the Bengals. And the Bengals are from Cincinnati, and the Bengal is also a Tiger.
And they have the worst chili ever.
Skyline chili. We were going to make all the chili and dump it on the ground. We should have. You know what? Let's just pretend we've got Skyline chili.
I have the noodles.
Yep, and I have the cheese. That's what we think about.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, chili man.
I like it. I like it too.
I never had it.
I remember Double A made it.
Is it pretty good? All right, the general consensus is every day but today. It's okay. So it's week 17, Bills and Bengals. The Bills, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want 7. Yeah, a nice little streak going after the consecutive losses to Minnesota and the Jets. They beat the Bears on Christmas Eve, and it was close to start.
Close to start, but I think we all knew how that was going to end.
35-13 at the end. One thing that's fun to remark about the game, Justin Fields, who we talked about pregame, the Bills had to limit his running ability. He had 11 yards. The Bears came in as the number 1 yards per game rushing attack in the NFL. They didn't hit their average for the season in that game. So
we did.
Ah.
We hit more than their average.
So the Bills. So anyway, the Bills come away with a win. Allen had 2 terrible turnovers, and we can not talk about that because he's kind of done it all year, and we're kind of used to it. We get really disappointed when it happens. But the rushing attack, let's talk about that for a little while from the Bills. You stop the other team that's really good at it, and you yourself, 254 rushing yards.
You show them what it's like.
Most in 6 years for the Bills. Hold on, please. Devin Singletary, 12 carries, 106 yards. James Cook, 11 carries, 99 yards. A touchdown each. Josh Allen, 6 for 41. So you get your scramble yards or design yards run from him. Singletary, 8.8 yards per carry. James Cook, 9 yards per carry. Oh, but the Bills' rushing attack. Oh, what do we do? They just can't run the ball when it's cold outside. It was like 18 below, and they ran for 254 yards. So suck on that one. And all season, the Bills, can they balance their attack? The Bills are 7th in yards per game in the NFL in rushing.
And the only team to rush for over 100 yards every
game
this year.
Yeah, so suck on that one. That really just kind of bothers me. And there's a cool thing about James Cook, and who did we just trade away? He's playing well for the Colts. Zach Moss. So Zach Moss, he was going to be your bruiser, right? He never really did it for him. Last year, Zach Moss, 3.6 yards per carry. This year, James Cook, 5.8 yards per carry.
We win.
4 yards is like the ledger line. Get above 4 yards and you can kick some ass. When your rookie running back, who's a, zone breaker, if you will.
He's a fast guy.
5.8 yards a carry, and they're getting in the ball more and more and more every game, and it's yielding results.
Tonight, I'm looking for the same thing.
Right. Use what you had, what worked for you last week. Tonight, take some of the pressure off of Allen. I mean, we all know Allen shows up in big games. A little bit of a retort back to the, we want 14 wins in a row crap. The month of December, it's a good month for the Bills. 4-0 in the month of December. Who was it a bad month for? And we got to see more of it yesterday. The rest of the AFC East. 1-11 in the month of December for the rest of the AFC East. The Bills are 4-0.
And ask Jimmer why they have one win.
Jimmer, what was the one win?
New England over Miami. So somebody had to win.
No, that was in January.
Oh.
Right.
Jim.
You guys lost 4 in a row. Miami just lost
4 in a row.
The Patriots must have been the only other win in the month of December.
Who'd they beat?
Who? I don't think so.
They've lost at least their last 3.
They lost to the Bills week 1 of December. That was December 1st.
December 1.
Well, how else are you supposed to say it? The once.
I would have called it the first.
You're a crazy guy, Josh.
So, think it out of the box.
Going back real quick, I didn't really want to get into Allen's turnover problems, but we can. The Bills are at a 0 turnover differential in the NFL, which is about just over middle of the league. So if you're at 0, it's not the worst thing in the world. The defense has, talk about New England. New England's defense has 6 defensive scores this season. The Bills have 1, and that was week 2 against Tennessee, a Matt Milano pick 6. We haven't intercepted the ball in a couple weeks either. So, that might have been Christian Benford, and he was
December.
He was injured for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The Miami game?
No.
No.
Right. It's been a while,
been a while.
since the Bills have gotten an interception. So you'd like to see that change tonight. The big thing about tonight is holding on to the number 1 seed. The Bills win out, first round bye. The Bills win tonight. KC loses Saturday.
Then
Doesn't
we
matter.
sit everyone.
Right. You can do whatever the heck you want. Which I think is crazy they put that game at Saturday at 4:30.
I can't believe it either.
Chiefs and Raiders, 4:30 on Saturday. The night game I'm into. Jaguars, Titans for the AFC South.
Yeah, I won't watch it.
Why not?
I don't care. I'd like to play either of them.
Yeah, well, yeah. The Bills, like I said, going back to last week, 1 going away, clinched the AFC East for the 3rd year in a row. Which did you think you'd be saying? You'd hope you'd be thinking that, but that's pretty great. You're the best. What's that?
It's been a minute since that happened.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
The Bills also. So what do we decide on? 7 wins if they win tonight? 7 in a row?
Yes.
First time since 1990 for the Bills. As good as those teams were, they only did it once in that stretch. 7 in a row. 7 in a row is pretty impressive.
91?
I think it said 90,
90?
allegedly. All right, so this is stuff for later. I just want to make sure I get all this out of the way. I got some cool facts about animals. Some quick hits from yesterday. So cool. Well, we know enough about the Bills. We're in the right direction. They're kicking butt. Just like Scott Reynolds. Hi, Scott.
Hi.
There it is. We're all kicking butt over here, and it needs to continue tonight. So without further ado, we should talk about the Bills' opponent, who we have not played in 5 years?
3 years.
3.
4 years, actually.
Did Allen play his rookie year against them?
That I don't know.
Yes.
You guys do the Bills, not me.
Yeah, but you're always better at the Bills stuff. Without further ado,
What do you want to do? Guys with Jimmer!
It's time for David Here's Jimmer. He's a pretty smart guy.
You guys ready to go through the Cincinnati Bengals?
we're ready to go through
We're going
it
to
like
go right through them.
shit through a goose.
Right. Reigning AFC champion.
Boo!
Coming in with a record of 11-4. Already clinched playoff spot. First place in the AFC North. Game and a half lead over Baltimore.
Ah.
Should Cincinnati win tonight, it clinches the division for them. Bengals currently second longest winning streak in the league. San Francisco's number 1. They're on a 9-game tear. Cincinnati, number 2, 7. Bills, though, like you mentioned, number 6. Since the league expanded to a 16-game schedule in 1978, this is only the third time two teams with at least a 6-game winning streak have played each other.
Huh.
I like that one.
Wow.
Do you want me to wait for the other one, or you want me to say that one now?
Up to you.
I'll just put. So speaking of teams on a winning streak, and this late in the season, it is the first time since 1997 that on Monday Night Football, two teams with 11 or more wins are going to face each other. It's pretty crazy.
That's a good one.
I mean, I don't know how many, 25 years? That's insane.
All right, Bengals start off the season 0-2. Lost their first 2 games. Ever since then, 11-2. Last lost, I don't know if this is foreshadowing, but it was against Cleveland on a Monday night. Halloween.
Oh. And Cleveland got to Burrow a lot in that game.
Yes, they did. Got to get my light here so I can see.
Uh-oh.
Last week, Cincinnati won 22-18 on the road at the Patriots. Joe Burrows put up a heck of a lot of stats. Wow, I appreciate that.
What concert are we at?
He was 40 of 52 for 3 TDs, 370 yards passing. Got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week honors for the 3rd time, tying Josh Allen for the season.
Ooh.
This is a game of 2 distinctly different halves for Burrow and the whole Cincinnati team. Burrow started off on fire, completing his first 11 passes. His stats for the first half, 28 of 36. 28 completions and a half is the most by any quarterback in this season. 284 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
That sounds like that's a game. That's better than most games for most people.
Exactly. He did throw a interception in the second quarter while Cincinnati was in New England's red zone. His first pick in the red zone since week 13 of last year.
Really? Can he borrow some of Allen's?
He can have them.
Cincinnati's defense did its job in that first half as well, as New England punted on every first half possession, with the exception of New England kneeling down at the end of the half to get out of there.
Yikes.
Halftime score, Cincinnati 22-0. Second half, different story. After putting up the numbers that he did in the first half, Burrow's second half numbers declined significantly. He went 12 of 16 for 68 yards, 0 TDs. Cincinnati's second half offensive drives consisted of 3 punts, another interception by Burrow, and a missed field goal.
Not good.
New England scored 18 unanswered points in the second half to cut the score to a 4-point deficit. Had the ball on the Cincinnati 8-yard line with 59 seconds to go. Running back Ramondre Stevenson fumbles. Cincinnati recovers. Game over, 22-18 Cincinnati. Now, the Bengals were in danger of having their biggest single-game collapse in 43 years. What happened 43 years ago?
We don't know, Jim.
I wasn't born yet.
Well, let's take a stroll down memory lane.
Awfully close.
I know it is. I'm 43.
September 23rd, 1979. Were you born yet, Josh?
No.
All right.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, it was.
So you probably remember the
6
game.
months old. I do remember this one.
Oh, this one.
Cincinnati was home and built a 24-0 lead in the second quarter over Houston. But then the Oilers, led by the trio of quarterback Dan Pastorini, Hall of Fame running back Earl Campbell, and the last person in the NFL to ever have the number 00, Kenny Burroughs, engineered a comeback to tie the game at 27-27. Overtime, Houston kicker Tony Frisch.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Game-winning field goal, Houston 30, Cincinnati 27.
He was at Josh's baptism. 00. That's quite the hell of that's awesome.
Only 2 players have ever had that number. Jim Otto, the center of the Raiders, and Kenny Burroughs for the Oilers.
I think I'd wear 00 for that's how much talent I'd have in football.
Oh, here he comes again.
It's so bad we gave him another 0.
Anyways, back to Joe Burrow. 5th in passing yardage this year, 2nd in the league with 34 touchdown passes, and that does include the games that were played yesterday.
Oh.
He is set to make history tonight, whether you want him to or not. To qualify for the stat of the career completion percentage for an NFL quarterback, you need a minimum of 1,500 pass attempts in your career. The career leader right now is Drew Brees, who has 67.6%. Burrow has attempted 1,488. Pretty safe bet he's going to attempt at least 12 passes tonight.
I don't know. He might be broken before then.
Well, he currently has a completion percentage of 69%. Even if he goes 0 for 12, he will still take the lead at 67.9%. Burrow gets to throw to the best trio of wide receivers on one team in the NFL. Jamar Chase, Trey Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. Chase, 5th overall pick in the 2021 draft, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. In his 2 years, he has 11 catches of 40 yards or more.
Ooh.
Leads Cincinnati with 79 receptions. T. Higgins, over 3,000 receiving yards in his 3-year career. He's already got over 1,000 this year. And then Tyler Boyd, he's the slacker of the group. He's only got 53 catches and 711 yards.
Loser.
That's it. Passing game for Cincinnati gets a boost tonight. Starting tight end Hayden Hurst was out the past 3 weeks with a calf injury. He's expected to be back.
Thank God Jordan Porter's playing tonight. Yeah, I know. Oh,
Running game is led by 3-time 1,000-yard rusher Joe Mixon.
he's a puncher.
He's a puncher, and also he added a little bulletin board material for
Yeah,
the
what was
Bills,
up with that guy?
saying, and I quote, "We the top dog of the AFC."
It's funnier when you say it. Jimmy.
Please say it again.
We the top dog of the AFC. How's that?
I am so scared.
Bengals running offense, not as prolific as their passing, as they are 26th in the league. And the past 2 games, they've only averaged 63 yards on the ground. Cincinnati has had remarkable stability on their offensive line this season, as tonight's game will be the first time all season that they're not going to have their full starting 5 playing. Right tackle La'el Collins went on IR this past week with a torn knee ligament.
Yeah, towards ACL.
While expected to take his place is backup Hakeem Adeniji. And
You always get the good names, Jim.
Say again, Jimmer.
Hakeem Adeniji.
Oh, thank you.
And Adeniji did start the final 9 games of the season for the Bengals last season. He did get torched for 3 sacks in the Super Bowl versus the Rams. Speaking of sacks, Cincinnati has allowed 42 sacks this season, 11th most in the league. But of those 42, 32 came in their first 10 games, and they've only allowed 10 in their previous games since.
So they've shorted up a little bit, but
But,
they got a little hindrance on the offensive line today.
exactly, new starter was not that great to start with.
Yeah.
Switching over to the other side of the ball, name me 3 Cincinnati Bengals defenders.
Takeo Spikes,
Current.
Eli Apple.
All right, there's one.
Vontez Perfect.
What I'm getting at, there's no real name superstar on the defense, but somehow they are currently 5th in fewest points allowed.
You know what the Bills are?
I think they're, okay, I was going to say 1, but they're number 2.
Philly's number 1.
Okay. There is one.
He just Josh Allen'd you.
Okay. Jerk.
There is one Pro Bowl player on the defense, defensive end Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson.
Made it for the 2nd consecutive year to the Pro Bowl.
We've got 2 now.
And other starting defensive end, Sam Hubbard, is a game-time decision. He also has a calf injury.
Yeah, he was the one that kind of all week was on the fence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The picket fence.
All right, prior to their Super Bowl run last year, Bengals had not won a playoff game since January 6th of 91.
I do remember that.
They had 8 playoff appearances between 91 and last year, but they lost them all.
Carson Palmer. Right?
Very
Wasn't
well
he-
could be.
When he was there, yeah, they started doing well again.
Head-to-head, Buffalo leads all-time 17-15. This is the only game on the Week 17 schedule with both teams with winning records. I think we've had that a couple other times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
First meeting between Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. And I'm going to finish up with the Captain Obvious statement. Buffalo's going to have the lead at the halftime. I say that because 7 times this season Cincinnati has the lead at the half, and they are 7-0 when they have the lead at the half.
Yeah.
And that's it for Cincinnati.
Thanks, Jimmer. Is it, though? Is that enough for Cincinnati?
That's what I got, unless you
Okay.
got more.
I do. Oh, by the way, making I talked to Jimmer earlier about this. Allen and Burrow have 78 combined touchdowns.
Yep.
That is tied for the most ever in a meeting in a game between the 2 quarterbacks. I mean, you get that happens because it's late in the season. 2 11-win teams. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of touchdowns scored, but that's tied for the most ever in a regular season meeting between two quarterbacks. Let's do a little bit of where did this Bengal go to school?
All right, what do you got?
Easy ones. Joe Burrow,
LSU.
Jamar Chase,
LSU.
damn it,
Man.
Joe the Puncher Mixon,
Not LSU.
Chung.
Oklahoma.
Damn, he's good.
All right.
All right, fine. T. Higgins.
T. Higgins. Penn State.
Think played in a bunch of college football playoff games. Their one quarterback plays for the Browns, and we don't like him.
Clemson.
Clemson. Million bonus points if you could tell me
Ooh.
T. Higgins' real first name.
Charles.
Tamarice.
Oh, okay. That's close.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. I'm trying to think if I got any more random cool stuff before we bring Aaron on. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, the Bills defensively 5th in yards per game given up, 2nd in points per game given up. So the 5th in yards per game given up is good. You kind of need that against a quarterback who seems to throw for 300 yards every game. Right. He's just a wild man. So good. It's kind of a couple things looking good in the Bills' direction, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm scared. You know, they're a good team. We're a decent team.
I'll tell you later why there's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
All right.
But for now, what scares me, these segues just get worse and worse. It's time for Q&A!
We're Dubla!
There's Jimmy.
Are you ready to play? Here's the
Nice.
Very nice
Oh, I
work.
like that.
Very nice.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Dubla.
Howdy.
How's everybody doing?
It's good to have you back.
Hey, thanks.
Happy New Year.
I saw you guys did the show inside last time.
Yeah, we got called a bunch of wusses for it, but little did everyone else know it was 4 degrees.
1,000-mile-per-hour wind, so.
At least.
I mean, okay, but still.
I wish we never would have done it outside to start with. Should have been live in the bar.
Not going to hear me arguing that point.
All right, so
Actually, really nice out tonight.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
nice tonight. Yeah.
So on Twitter, I happened upon a top 10 list, and it's a top 10 list of Bills stuff.
Ah,
And so-
Jimmer, you're the winner.
And so it got me, rolling into a bunch of different ones. So I've got a bunch of them for you, and some of them you guys should be able to get because there's guys on this team that are on the list, and there's some older ones, and there's some really older ones. But we'll see. We'll see if we, as a team, you guys can come together with it.
All right.
All
Teamwork.
right. So the one that I came upon was yards per carry. Okay. So who are the top 10 rushers yard per carry?
Top 10.
In Bills history, Travis Henry.
Nope.
OJ.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Antoine Smith.
Nope.
Cookie Gilchrist.
Yes.
Thurman.
Yes.
Greg Bell.
No.
No.
Sean Bryson.
Nope.
That's a.
Albert Dubenion, was he a running back?
He was, but he's not on the.
All right.
Marshawn Lynch.
Is there a minimum carry here?
There was a minimum carry, but it was. He's a running back. It was not a small number.
Marshawn Lynch.
Already guessed.
Not on there.
Fred Jackson.
On there.
Yeah, we're the best.
Who's number one?
Who's number one?
Who is number
am.
one? Yards per carry for the Buffalo Bills.
It's not Thurman.
Nope.
Sam Gash.
Nope.
It's not McCoy.
Nope. McCoy's on there though.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we got
all right,
one.
hey.
It's not Antoine Smith. Antoine Smith was good.
Fred Jackson.
Now, Jackson's on there, but not number one.
Okay.
Number 1.
Oh, Ronnie Harmon.
CJ Spiller.
CJ Spiller is number 2.
Ooh, nice.
Very good, Josh.
OJ was 3. It's just to give you a reference point. You're missing number 1 and number 4. And Thurman was 11, so, I mean, he was just outside.
Chris Ivory.
Nope.
Dusty.
Fire away. What do you got?
You're missing number 1 and number 4 because they currently are on the team.
Devin Singletary.
There you go. That's number 4. Who's number 1?
James Cook.
James Cook.
No!
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen!
I knew it as soon as you kept saying it. I'm like, it's probably Josh.
I was like, I looked at the list and I'm like, it's all the running backs, and then there's Josh, and he's number 1.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
It caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, it does make sense.
All right, so how about we do all-time rushing leader in yards, and I want you to go from 1 down, so we get the easy ones out of the way, and then we'll go down the list, and I'll give you
OJ.
hints.
OJ and Cookie.
Thurman.
OG's 2.
OJ's 2?
Thurman.
Thurman is 1.
Oh, okay.
Cookie Gilchrist.
Gilchrist is not. 12.
Fred Jackson.
Jackson is 3.
Greg Bell.
Greg Bell is not on the list.
Wow. I'm just going to throw that one out.
Travis Henry.
Travis Henry is 5.
Yeah.
So he put up a lot of yards, but not in each carry.
Yeah.
He was pretty. He was
McCoy.
pretty good.
McCoy is 6.
So we're missing 4.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
What'd you say?
Josh Allen.
No.
Okay.
He's actually 11.
Oh.
He's actually already on the list. Let's see. How can
Slick in
I?
that.
Babies sleep in these.
Pajamas. Poopy diapers.
Bassinet.
Cribs. Joe Cribs.
Joe
Cribs.
Cribs.
There you go.
Not Johnny Bassinet.
The one I didn't know was Ray Carlton. Do you know
I
who
don't
that
know that
is?
one.
It must have been
Carlton
before
Fisk.
my time.
Carlton Fisk.
And there's one player that is currently on the team that is number 10.
Devin
Devin
Singletary.
Devin
Singletary,
Singletary. Yep. All right. How
Kinda
about
crazy.
let's do receiving yards? Who is the leader in receiving yards?
Andre Reed.
Andre Reed. Who's number 2?
Stevie Johnson.
No.
Lee Evans.
Who is the
Peerless Price.
Frank Lewis.
best wide receiver?
James Lofton.
That played
Eric
with
Moulds.
There you go.
Derek Molds. I'm sorry. Yeah, the best wide receiver on the team probably ever.
Right. Who was on the opposite side of him? Number 3.
Opposite side of Eric Molds.
Yes.
Peerless Price.
No. But Price is 10. The faster one who was always going deep.
Oh, that's tough.
Lee Evans.
Better ask.
There
Better
it is.
ask.
Oh,
There it
yes.
is.
Better ask my mom.
All right. And so here is your
That was a good one.
running back who caught a lot of passes.
Thurman.
Thurman Thomas.
No, the one that you said.
Ronnie
Ronnie
Harmon.
Harmon.
For the yards per carry guy.
Travis Henry. Sean
Back in the
Bryson.
olden days.
Oh.
Albert Dubenion.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
all right.
I look at Jimmer for when he said old.
Bring it on. Come on. Let's go. What do you got?
Yeah.
All right. Who on this current team is on this list?
Devin Singletary.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. You got it. And Stevie was number 9. So we got them all.
We are the best.
All right. How
Not
about?
bad.
All right. Let's do sacks.
Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith.
That one's an easy one. Who's number 2?
Mario Williams.
No.
Cornelius
Seals?
Bennett.
Mario Williams is on the list, but not until 8.
Leon Seals.
Seals is not on the
Dr.
list.
Sack.
There was somebody Dr. Sack.
What was his name?
Isn't it Shane Conley?
No. Shane Collins.
No, I
is
think
Dr.
it
Sack.
was.
Matt would know.
I
Matt
think it was
knows.
Seals, actually.
Leon Seals.
Okay,
Dr.
yeah, I
Sack.
think you're
I think
right.
it was
Matt
Seals.
would definitely know.
So no, we still haven't. No.
John Fina.
Is
He's
it
an offensive
tackle?
lineman.
Aaron Schobel.
Yes, Aaron
Aaron
Schobel,
Schobel.
number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fred Smurless.
Smurless is not on.
No?
No?
there. How about another defensive end that is also white?
Aaron Schobel.
That's the one we just said.
No, who's the one that used to fight with everybody? From
Conrad Doble
on the
was
90s?
offense.
Yes.
The 90s team?
Yes.
I joked around when I said John Fina. Now I can't remember the guy's name I tried to think
Right.
of.
So his first name is kind of like Fina, in that
Jim Jeffcoat. It's kind of like.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Yeah.
how about they were a boy band. There was 3 of them.
98 degrees.
I'll leave that with Billy.
Their last name is the same.
Phil Hansen.
There it is.
Phil Hansen.
All
Yes. That's where John Fina came from.
right. How about the defensive end that we lost recently?
Junior
to
Seau.
to another team.
Oh.
We would love to bring him back, but he's locked up on their roster.
A defensive end?
Yes. Literally was on the team last year.
Oh, this ain't gonna do any good.
Come on, you were born then.
Come on, kids.
Who did we lose from last year? We lost Horrible Harry.
Who was the best pass rusher on our team last year?
Huge.
There it is. There it is. And then there's 3 Williams on here: Mario, Kyle, and Ben. And I don't know who Ben is.
Ben is?
But
Ben's the bear from The Simpsons that would tear up the TV screen. No, Ben, no.
all right, how about we
open it,
do
too.
That's good.
touchdowns? Who is the most touchdowns ever for the Buffalo Bills?
Thurman Thomas.
Andre
Thurman.
Reed.
Andre Reed is 1. Thurman Thomas is 2. Who's number 3?
OJ.
OJ is 3. How about 4?
Fred Jackson.
No. Fred Jackson is 8.
Ugh, he stinks.
How about Molds?
Molds is 4.
Eric Molds, that's good.
How about 5?
Lee Evans.
Yes.
Oh,
all right.
How about 6?
Jay Reamersma.
No.
I know he's way down there.
Greg Bell. Try with Greg Bell.
6 is on the team currently.
Devin Singletary.
Singletary.
No.
Stephon Diggs.
No.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
God, he's like a fall. He's like a
has-
fallback.
He has 39 rushing touchdowns already.
Yeah, that's insane.
One receiving.
And you said Fred Jackson already. There's 2 of the older running backs on this list.
Travis Henry.
Kenneth Davis.
The older.
Ooh.
Cookie Goldcrest.
Yep.
Joe Cribbs.
And Cribs. Yep.
Thanks.
All right, let's do some rapid fire. Farming or fishing?
Farman.
Neither.
Oh, you can't say neither. You just gotta.
You
go
got to
with
have
the
a thing.
flow.
Come on, Josh.
It's like saying it's a tie.
Neither's fishing.
How about satin or wool?
Sad.
Satin.
Satin.
Lay's or Pringles?
Lays.
Pretty
Wait,
good.
It can't
Lays
be-
wavy or just original?
And it can't be just original regular potato chips. It's got to be some type of flavor, like barbecue. Sour
But
cream,
if it's just regular crappy Lays, it's Pringles.
yeah.
You're going to get a can of broken Pringles, though. Those suck.
What are you talking about? You can go like this.
Well, show me that again.
Hang on, is it Shannon? Hey, I'm eating Pringles. I love Pringles.
The universal sign for eating Pringles.
Yeah, right? Hey, you see a guy walking down the street and he goes like this?
He's eating Pringles.
He's eating Pringles.
I love Pringles, too.
Hey! Straight off the airwaves.
All right, how about blinds or curtains?
Yeah, go curtains.
I want them both.
Nah, the curtains.
Blinds seem like if you get the right ones, they're gonna do a better job. Blinds. Yeah, the nudity.
Keep it
Here's
out.
that guy doing that again.
There's the guy
He wants
doing
Pringles.
Always put the blinds down to eat the Pringles.
Please no more.
All right, and here's my dumb joke.
Oh, I got the inactives for the game too.
Where do pirates get their hooks?
Where?
Where do they?
The second-hand store.
That's actually pretty good. That's,
You're welcome.
all right.
Bodeker's really the only guy like inactive. Poyer's active.
They said they brought up another O-lineman.
O-lineman, he's active.
He
Yep.
started over Bodiger?
No, Alec Anderson is inactive.
Oh, so they just lifted him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for Yaz. Hey, I got a missed phone call. My dad. What are you doing, Dad? You're watching the show. Aaron, that was great.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? When it comes down to it, the Bills are playing the Bengals, and everybody knows that the Bills are named after Buffalo Bill Cody, but they use a buffalo as their mascot, so we just go with that. Because of a short little Nomi cowboy guy is not cool enough, which I think is way cool. But if a real Buffalo and a real Bengal were to square off, who you got?
Buffalo.
I'd go with the real Buffalo, just because one-on-one, the size difference.
I'm going to go with a Buffalo as well, just because I'm not going to pick a Bengal.
Let's back it up with some facts.
All right.
Sheer size, the average weight of a Bengal tiger, male around 500 pounds.
Okay.
The average weight of a male American bison, 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
To the buffalo. Speed, and here's where you think the Bengal tiger's got it all. Average top speed of a Bengal tiger, 35 miles an hour. Average speed of an American bison, 35 miles an hour.
Wow, dead heat.
When they go, they go. Now, bite force.
They probably don't have the get-off speed, though.
They don't need it.
They have to get up to that speed.
Yeah?
Oh, momentum.
The bison.
Yeah.
Top speed is top speed, buddy.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
you gotta
know,
get
yeah.
there, though.
Yeah,
they
the
will.
Bengal initially gets the
Sure.
start.
That's why the Bengals
Trying to
laying
make a
there.
football reference here. Get-off speed.
Yeah. The guy with the Pringles got some get-off speed.
What they do at the combine.
Here comes the buffalo.
Hold on, he started way back here.
Now, bite force is kind of not fair. The bite force of a Bengal tiger is about 1,000 psi. The bite force of an American bison isn't measured. So it could be really bad, but it's probably not.
Just gotta eat grass.
Yeah, so we got to go with the Bengal on that one. Swimming. Bengal tiger, we all know cats, big jungle cats are excellent swimmers. The American bison, also an excellent swimmer.
I did not know that.
Yes, they like the water.
Great at the backstroke,
Yep.
from what I understand.
Yep. Now, ability to destroy a vehicle. Bengal tiger,
Not so good.
They could do some damage.
they can do some damage. But the largest mammal in North America, which is going to be the American bison, because we don't have American elephants,
Not yet.
can really, soon, can really destroy the hell out of a vehicle, which to me is the tipping point. Gotta go with American bison.
Are you talking from experience or?
No,
Okay.
just what the internet says.
Got it.
We're gonna do, instead of quick picks, we're gonna call them quick hits.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick
Cool. So yesterday there was a lot of games. The Bills did not play in any of them. You got some notes, Jimmer?
Well, I got the scores, and everybody chime in with whatever you want to. First off, we had Arizona and Atlanta. Atlanta won 20-19. Only game without any playoff implications. Anybody care?
Nope.
All right.
Oh, that's an awful game.
Yes.
Detroit 41, Chicago 10.
You know what was weird was that Fields had 100 yards rushing in the first quarter, and then got what?
9.
Like maybe
9
yeah.
after that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
What? I agree.
That's like what Fields had against the Bills last week. 9.
yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been 11.
It was.
Then we had Denver 24, Kansas City 27.
What was Russell doing on the fourth down play? Like he pump fakes and then does the old
Well, and I heard that there was a offensive pass interference that was not.
Yeah, against was it Cortland Sutton? He got called for offensive pass interference, and when they showed the replay, it was a phantom call, maybe.
Oh, let's just say Russell Wilson sucks.
Yeah.
Well, and Kansas City seems to be getting the old New England effect, where
Yeah.
they
Yep.
get
The benefit of the doubt.
get benefit of the doubt a lot.
I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
Okay.
All right, we had Miami 21, New England 27. I'm not going to go in too much in depth with this because I'll be talking about New England next week. So if you
Okay.
guys got anything?
No, I think that New England's terrible, but somehow they pulled that off.
How are they?
I don't know.
How might they make the playoffs? I don't know.
By sheer dumb luck.
Then we had Indianapolis 10, Giants 38. Giants just had to win, and they were in, and they did so.
I'm blown away at the job that Daboll's doing.
Yeah.
Yep, they're
I mean,
good. They're going to lose in the first round.
Right, exactly.
But
They're-
I mean,
they're
congrats
not
for
a
making the
juggernaut.
playoffs.
They're not a juggernaut, but like
They got the
He's-
job done when they
he's doing
needed
enough
to.
to get them to win. Yeah.
In a big upset, New Orleans 20, Philadelphia 10, and that was at Philadelphia.
Minshew was not good.
Minshew was not good. They need Jalen Hurts to come back. They could drop out of the division lead next week. It's possible.
They're definitely losing the number one spot if they don't win next week.
Exactly.
So,
Who's that?
Philadelphia. We had what turned out to be a surprisingly good game. Phil Simms on the pregame show predicted this game would be 13-10. Carolina 24, Tampa Bay 30.
And the fumble. I mean, Carolina could have won the game.
Yes.
Kind of like, yeah, Tampa Bay got the lead, but then Carolina could have come back and won it, and then they
Right.
lost
Yeah.
it.
What do you expect from Darno?
Well,
Trust me, I know.
could you imagine though, Mike? Like if that team was any good, I mean, they're 8-8. They're going to win their division, and they could be in the playoffs at 8-9. winning their division. And Mike Evans had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns
Yeah.
on 9 catches. I mean, that guy's supposed to be a superstar, and he
is.
really hasn't been there.
It just doesn't show up every week.
Right, exactly.
I don't think Brady shows up every week.
No, he did yesterday, and that's
Definitely
the
did
difference.
yesterday.
Look what look at the team yesterday. I peed. It feels so much better. I've never gotten up to go. I usually just go.
Yes.
I've done the Taco Bell drive-thru once.
Right in a chair.
Yep.
All right, then.
Well, I had to go. You can't. You're landlocked at Taco Bell.
Cleveland 24, Washington 10. Eliminated Washington from playoff contention.
Don't ask Ron Rivera about that.
Yeah, after the game, Ron Rivera did not even know they were eliminated from playoff contention with the loss.
He's got to be out there. He's dealt with cancer and all this stuff, in the recent years. How do you not know as the head coach of the team? And they started Carson Wentz.
Exactly.
He's a coach that players follow.
Yes.
But he's not a good coach.
Here's the other thing.
Like-
It's not like he coached to lose. Yeah, he was coaching to win. It doesn't
Right.
matter if he knew what was going on or not.
Right.
But you think you'd have a little bit more situational awareness.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of bothers me.
All right,
He was trying to
Jacksonville.
win.
Yeah.
Jacksonville 31, Houston 3.
Jacksonville looked good again. I don't care if it's Houston or not.
31-3 is 31-3.
Yeah. On the road, too.
Yep.
And they will be playing Tennessee Saturday night in a de facto playoff champion or
Winner take all for the
Division-
AFC South.
championship game and the playoff spot. Winning or in.
That offense actually scares me. I would be afraid if we had to play them.
All the stuff about just as much as Lawrence becoming a better, like what they thought he would be, ETN
It's
becoming
fantastic.
that explosive player for them is just as is a great supplant with Trevor Lawrence.
Man, I wanted him on our team.
ETN?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, we might have him. It might be James Cook. In all real,
Hopefully.
If we give him a
reality.
chance.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Got to give him a chance.
Yep.
One of the biggest surprises of the week, in overtime, San Fran 37, Las Vegas 34. And that's after benching Derek Carr, putting Jarrett Stidham in.
He actually played pretty well.
Played really good.
I think Stidham had what the hell do I got to lose? Let's just whip the ball to one of the best receivers in football, in Devontae Adams.
And if I do crappy, guess what?
Whatever.
I am what you thought I was.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, a little bit of that might be San Fran not having tape on Stidham, I guess. I mean, San Fran's got the best defense in football. Bosa does basically lock up the game for them by pressuring and forcing an interception in overtime. He's great. But San Fran has been looking like this weird steamrolly team, and they got taken to overtime by a 6-win team that has not been good at all this year. But I guess it happens every once in a while to a good team.
Yeah. In a total debacle, Jets 6, Seattle 23. You're fighting for a playoff spot. You allow the opposing team to score on their first 3 plays of the first drive, and you only score 2 field goals. Total
Mike White
collapse.
was not healthy.
Yeah,
He was
Mike
not
White
ready to
doesn't
come
look
back.
like he was ready to play football yesterday.
Mike White doesn't play defense and didn't allow them to score on the first 3
Well,
plays.
and I will say that. Is the Jets defense play up to opponents this year and then play down to mediocre
That's
opponents?
what it's looking like.
Because yesterday that did not look like the Jets defense
No.
that beat up on the Bills.
Yeah.
Jimmer, do you want Geno Smith back?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Who's your quarterback next year?
Geno Smith.
Jimmy Garoppolo or Derek Carr?
I take either one. Sure. For your offense?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nope, they're going to put him on defense, Billy.
I think for your offense, I would go Carr. I think Carr would be better than Garoppolo.
Either one I would take, though.
Where's Tom Beatty playing next year? Raiders?
Yeah, probably. Or Miami.
Could still be Miami. Miami, that whole thing is just wacky.
Could be the Patriots.
Could be. Carr could be in the Patriots.
That would be something.
Ooh,
Because
Tom Brady or
both those guys would have to eat crow for that to happen.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if he had him. I'll come back, but you got to fire Belichick.
That'd be awesome.
All right, the Battle of Los Angeles. Rams 10, Chargers 31. No Baker Mayfield magic in that one.
Do the Chargers scare anyone?
No.
That seems to be the thing of the week. The Chargers kind of like the Jaguars. Do you want to
you
face
don't
them
wanna
in the
play this
playoffs?
team in the
A little
playoffs.
bit.
I'm not really that. I don't think their defense is any good.
No.
They don't have any healthy guys. They beat Miami during Miami's downfall. Sure. I'm not as afraid, I guess, as most people are. I'm not.
Just a little bit,
Totally
because they
bullish
have a
on
good
him.
quarterback.
They do.
Yeah, Herbert's good. Sure. And so is the running back.
And they've got 2 very solid wide receivers.
Yeah, let's just keep giving them accolades after I put them down.
Well, they're the best team around.
Yeah, the best around. No one's going to put them down.
In the night game last night, Pittsburgh come from behind 16, Baltimore 13. Pittsburgh still mathematically alive.
That was like watching a couple of teams just club each other in the head.
It was
Like
kinda
that
cool.
was an old school,
Yeah.
like that battle.
Low scoring but entertaining game.
Baltimore, they're lucky they locked up a playoff spot already.
Oh yeah,
Because
I agree.
they have not looked good. And with Lamar out for the 4th straight week, they didn't look good without him.
I mean, what a job of coaching by Tomlin to once again pull them out of the absolute pit of despair.
Yep.
And he's now going to either have them at a winning record
Or 1 game under.
Or 8-9.
just missed it.
Right. And again, have a winning record. It's amazing.
He
It's
did the
amazing.
same thing last year.
Yep,
I
I
know.
think this year's performance is
better.
better. But
Yeah.
It's amazing.
With Pickett, who might be good, but he's young and he's developing, sure. But what they've done it is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a great coach.
Thank you. And that's it. That's it for games until
What?
there might
Oh.
be a game tonight.
Oh, yeah. Wait, there was one other thing I want to talk about. Did we talk about like all the crazy playoff scenario shit, though?
Didn't go through that.
So Green Bay, this is the crazy. Green Bay, talk about pit of despair. Green Bay was awful earlier in the season. They stunk. Green Bay wins, they're in.
yep.
They're playing Detroit.
That's the Sunday night game.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
None.
So, now here's how it works. Green Bay's in with a win versus Detroit. Cool. Detroit is in if they beat Green Bay and Seattle loses. Seattle is in with a win and Green Bay loses.
Right.
So if Detroit wins that night game, but Seattle already won, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But Green Bay wins, they're in. It's a couple cool ways to get there. Did you cover Minnesota?
Did we cover Minnesota?
Them getting squashed by Green Bay yesterday?
Actually, no, I do not have that on the list.
So they got blown out by Green Bay, and it wasn't even Cousins looked less than mediocre at best.
I'm trying to forget
Like we
that
know how
one
he is.
because Cousins and Justin Jefferson are my fantasy
Oh.
team. Championship game. Congratulations, Danny Alessi.
Well, Jefferson didn't have a catch until, was it the end of the second quarter? Or
He
the
got me
third
0
quarter?
points, and Kirk Cousins got me 5 after they averaged like 30 all year.
So they were going into the game. The Vikings were what, 11-3, or 12-3?
I want to say 12 and 3.
12-3. Now they're 12-4. You know, they had all these one-score wins and whatever. There was a point in the game last night. Kirk Cousins had 52 passing yards and 101 interception return yards against him. Oofa.
Not bad.
Solid.
I mean, maybe they are the fraud that we kind of hoped they were,
They are exactly who we thought they were. I would love to play them in the playoffs.
or the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I mean, any team. Any team would love to play them.
So
First round, we'll play at your place and kick your butt.
if Philly loses and Dallas wins the East.
Correct.
If Philly loses, Dallas wins, Minnesota loses, San Fran wins, San Fran gets the number 1 seed. I mean, this team is on their 3rd starting quarterback, and the guy's 4-0, Brock Purdy. That's insane. And I don't care if they almost lost yesterday. It's still ridiculous. I mean, they've won 9 in a row.
You're pretty good.
There it is. Cool. Now we can get to. Wait, there was one other cool fact. Wait, it's a
The cool fact.
Remember, Josh? I said I had a cool fact. I wouldn't lie to you. Well, maybe when you said, "Can I have another scotch?" and it's not scotch. Bless your heart, too tall.
Scotch.
Okay. The Bills can tie an NFL record tonight with a 7th non-Sunday win. Would be the most in NFL history since the 1929 Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
All right.
They're 3-0 on Thursday, 2-0 on Saturday, and 1-0 on a Monday. I thought that was very,
That is good.
yeah, that's a
Appreciate
good
that.
Jimmer stat.
1929, good stuff.
You know why that's a big status? Because back then they didn't even play on Sundays.
Also, a cool little stat about Monday Night Football. Since Diggs has entered the league in 2016, he leads all receivers in Monday night games with 82 catches, 949 yards, and 12 touchdowns.
All right.
Yeah, pretty good. So there's a game tonight.
Yep.
Might have heard of that.
The Bills, the Bengals, the American Bison versus the Bengal Tiger. We already decided that in animal form, the American Bison wins 72-0. Jimmer, what do you got?
Cincinnati is getting a 1.5. Cincinnati, league best, 12-3 against the spread this season. Throughout their first 2 games, their last 13, they are 12-1 against the spread. Buffalo, last 5 games versus teams with a winning record, 1-4 against the spread. Sorry, guys, I'm going Cincinnati 30, Buffalo 27.
You're a liar.
30 to 27. Okay, Jim? Double A, what do you got?
It's going to be close. Everybody's calling for a shootout, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I have a sinking feeling that it's going to be like 17-17 overtime, and somebody's going to kick a field goal.
And that somebody is?
Tyler Bass.
Hey, all right.
Josh, before you go, just to reiterate your point, the last 5 games, I don't know what the over and under is, but the last 5 games that Cincinnati has played, 4 of them have been the under.
Right. If that influences your Bills by a billion score prediction.
Well, this one's going over, Jimmer.
All right.
Bills by $1 billion.
Hang on a second. Billion plus. I don't think there's any reason to think that this game, as far as the Bills games this year are concerned, that it won't be much unlike the Chiefs game, as far as 2 teams that can score, 2 defenses that are pretty good, and what was the final in the Bills-Chiefs game, 24-20? I mean,
Something like
fine,
that.
28-24 Bills. I think it's going to be around that range. I kind of agree with Aaron. I don't really think it's going to be that shootout. I think both teams are going to be hyped enough where it might slow down some of that progression until they get into a rhythm. Both teams. Burrow's good. Allen's good. It's very exciting to sit here. Before the schedule came out, when the schedule came out, you said, okay, cool. We get the Rams at the Rams, defending Super Bowl champions, to open the season. Like, stamp that one. That's awesome. And they won the game.
And man, do they suck.
Oh, we ruined the season. So then you look ahead to week 5 and you say, man, Bills at Chiefs again in the regular season after the crazy playoff game last year. We got to go on the road in Arrowhead, a 4:30 game. Let's go. Bills go in, win 24-20. Stamp. Done. Then you looked at the Bills-Bengals Monday night game. You said, man, that's got a chance. Bengals are coming off as the AFC champion. Through the beginning of the season, you're kind of like, maybe it won't mean anything. Here we are, week 17. It's Monday night, and it means everything. Win, keep winning, and you get the bye. You're the number 1 seed. Go out there and prove it.
Here's
think they
another
will.
thing for tonight. Supposed to be nice in the first half.
And then rainy.
Second half, rain, maybe thunder showers even.
Ooh.
So maybe it'll get delayed and we have to stay up later. I
You'll
hope
go
not.
to bed.
I hope not.
I don't know, Jimmer, I hope you're wrong. I know you're wrong. You're a jerk. Thanks for picking the Bengals. I'm just kidding. Please don't leave us. We need you. You're where all the followers come from. They're here for the stats, not Bengal versus American Bison.
Oh, don't
Not the
Don't
Nature
kid yourself.
Channel.
Live in the alley, we do National Geographic.
cover all bases.
We don't even know our Bills players.
That's why we got him. That's why we got the Jets fan.
Let's go.